Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and we've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. The starters for the Utah Jazz, we've got Thompson, and it's Potter in at the 5. And for the Timberwolves, underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Edwards is out there with Fred VanVleet, and it's Anunoby in at the 3 spot. Get ready, folks. These two teams love pushing the ball. Greg, we could see a track meet tonight.
Two of the top fast break teams in the league, Kevin. As far as keys, limiting turnovers is going to be big because they each want to get out and run when they get the chance.
And the Jazz start out with the ball. VanVleet against Thompson. Pass to Juzang. Second shot opportunity. That shot missing. Towns with the defensive effort. Pass to VanVleet. Back to Towns. Fires the 3. That shot misses. The Jazz go the other way with it. Last time they met was in Utah.
Yeah, they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory. So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul. And you know there aren't many teams with a more dedicated fan base than Utah's. The Jazz fans are behind their team no matter what.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. It's always striking, Greg, to see the bond between the Jazz team and their followers.
Well, when you're the only game in town, people take the team to heart. And we see it in cities like Portland and San Antonio as well. The fans form that attachment to their team.
And he can't hit the second. The pass to VanVleet. And he lays it straight in.
Man, VanVleet plays with heart. A gritty dude.
Brooks outside. Thompson looking for an opening. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Minnesota ball.
And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Really consistent with their aggression. In that game, we saw very few lulls from an intensity standpoint.
A couple things stood out for me. They were relentless, and they also played under control. That's a deadly combination.
Now, here's Walker. Following the miss by Fred VanVleet. Here's Brooks. Gobert pulls it in.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense. He might have gotten over-eager.
Here's Towns. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Utah ball.
For Utah, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Thompson passes to Potter. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Juzang can't hit.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Utah foul. Thompson. First personal foul. First team foul.
Outside Edwards. Hits the 3-point bomb.
As a distributor, Fred VanVleet is so effective. He knows when and where to feed his guys.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. And you look at Anthony Edwards, and GA, he is becoming the leader of this Timberwolves team, isn't he?
I think he is. I mean, partly it's his production with his numbers up across the board, but it's also his personality. He plays with tremendous swagger.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Thompson passes to Juzak. And here is Brooks. Shot clock at 6. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Towns against Walker. And Towns gets it to go.
And one of the offensive forces in the league. When Towns wants to score, it is really hard to keep him from his spots.
Now here's Walker. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Three-pointer, Brooks. He can't get it to go. And Minnesota will come the other way. Edwards finds Van Vliet. On the wing, Anunoby. Brooks covering. Here's Gobert. The baseline jumper goes down.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Now here's Brooks playing Oklahoma City. He was nearly unstoppable. Passes it to Thompson. Shot to stop the run. And the three ball is good.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Timberwolves. From the wing. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
What they have done is ran their plays all the way through until they get something they like.
Now, here's Thompson. Talking about that win against the Thunder, he was definitely a major factor as well. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
I was able to talk with the head coach of the Jazz for just a minute. He told me they always have to be alert, and especially against this team because of its discipline and focus. He said we'll get embarrassed if we're inattentive at the defensive end. We must stick with our principles and do the little things. Kevin, they did win the first meeting of the season, and we'll see if they can get it done again tonight.
Great update, David. Thanks. It'll be fascinating, Greg, to watch them try to slow down these shooters.
No question. That's the focus defensively. But then, on the offensive end, they have to get production of their own.
The way this league is going, you have to play great defense and you have to score to keep up. That's good planning and that's good execution. And that's a great look.
Minnesota leading by 8. Outside, Edwards. Pass to Anunoby. Towns, and it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got 6 points.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Anunoby against Brooks. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Right side to Walker. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
I mean, he's hard to stop once he gets to the rim. That's a beautiful play.
Pass to Anunoby. Van Vliet outside. Here's Towns. And falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 3 assists tonight. Jazz trail by 10. And Thompson kicks to Walker. Now the pass to Brooks. Shoots over Anunoby. Brooks misses.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Here's Juzang. Edwards defending. Juzang passes to Walker. Thompson inside the line. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
He goes to the bounce pass there. Nice rhythm at the end of the play.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. With just about a half season behind us, the rankings are clearer than ever, Greg. You feel confident starting to make some playoff predictions?
Oh, Kevin, it's way too early for that. Injuries, other roster shakeups. There's just still so much that could happen and totally reshape those rankings.
Ready to move? Here are your Minnesota Timberwolves Dancers. Ready to move? Here are your Minnesota Timberwolves Dancers. Wolves fans, you know them, you love them. Here they are, your Minnesota Timberwolves Dancers.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Kyle Anderson comes in for Towns. Beasley's checked in for OG Anunoby. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Now here is Holiday. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Westbrook. Back to Hart. Over Holiday. Good D by Holiday. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're leading by 8. Beasley kicks to Holiday. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Tonight, early on, this team is saying, forget the analytics. Let's take mid-range shots. They can be easy points.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
That free throw good from Holiday. Jazz trail by 11. Passes it to Hart. Walker in the post. Defended by Anderson. Count it.
Walker. The assist. Josh Hart.
Now here is Holiday. Edwards looking it over. Back to Holiday. Pass to Anderson. Clock at 6. It's Edwards on the wing. Over Hart. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Here's Rozier. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
The question is, do you leave him in? Obviously, you don't want him to pick up a 3rd foul this early.
And Utah making a change here. Clarkson's checked in. Minnesota leading by 9. Pass to Anderson. Kicks to Edwards. Back to Anderson. And Anderson slams it in.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
Now, here's Hart. 9-point game his last outing. And Rozier, here we go. Feeds it to Walker. Here's Hart. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Josh Hart won't always have his shot falling, but the hustle is there. And a great energy guy with major impact on the floor.
For Utah, they have missed both of their free throws tonight, 0 for 2 so far.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And the first one drops. And for Josh Hart, he's a fan favorite because of his hustle.
And that can go a long way in the NBA. Hart looks like a typical 3-and-D player, but he also has that intangible of igniting a team.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Anderson passes to Beasley. Now here is Holiday. He's covered by Westbrook. Anderson trying to free himself up. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Oh, here's Edwards. He had 28 points in the win against Portland.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
He's off on that one. And Utah the other way now. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And really complete control of that game. If you recall, guys, they made sure they didn't have to sweat that one out down the stretch.
They did a phenomenal job putting that game out of reach. They really know how to put teams away.
And here's Holiday after Terry Rozier hitting the three.
Mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Sometimes it's a matter of pride, answering back with a three of his own.
Rozier finds Walker. Clarkson goes in. And there's the pass to Hart. And Utah, another three.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Now here's Beasley. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. The offensive rebound. The kick out to Anderson. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Rozier looking around. Passes it to Westbrook. Now here's Rozier. Misses the three.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
24 seconds left in the first. Here's Edwards. Back to Reed. Six on the shot clock. Fires it up. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. 6 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Rozier for three, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Minnesota with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been very effective in locking down Russell Westbrook. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Time to get up and make some noise for your Minnesota.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
And so it's Minnesota with it. They've led by as many as 11 points. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And they've been enjoying this long homestand. That will be game 4 of 5 in a row at home. Two big men inside, Towns and Gobert. And Van Vliet out there with Beasley. And it's Anunoby in at the 3. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Got that one up quick. Rozier's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And Gobert with the basket on the assist from Van Vliet. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
In a league of huge guys, Gobert's size stands out, helps him absorb contact.
Rozier against Beasley. 6 to shoot, and out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. Van Vliet looking around. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And Fred Van Vliet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin Van Vliet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load. Increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
We throw good, Van Vliet. And different games, different officials. Something that might be called a foul in one game, Greg, may not be called in the next. As a player, how do you adjust to that?
I mean, it's a great question, and that's part of being a veteran. I learned early on, you actually scout officials the same way you scout the players. They have tendencies as well.
Here's Walker, and the rejection by Towns.
And when it's his focus, Towns is a very good shot blocker, both on ball and as a help defender.
Pass to Beasley, puts it up. Minnesota gets it back. And a new shot clock of 14 seconds.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Walker finds Rozier. Brooks, the best to Rozier. Just 5 to shoot. Nailed from three-point land.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Brooks against Anunoby. He feeds it to Gobert. And it's Potter with the rebound. Jazz trail by 7. Here's Brooks. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Brooks has got his first basket of the night.
A good vertical athlete. Brooks can finish in there even when challenged.
Here's Anunoby. They get it back. Towns. Another shot. And it's Potter with the rebound. Potter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And here is Rozier. He's got 11. It doesn't go for him. Timberwolves leading by 5 to the middle. Here's Towns. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
At the line for one.
And Towns no good on that one.
And we've seen Towns take on more of a leadership role over the years, wanting to be the guy for this team.
Now here's Towns. 23 points for him the last game against Portland.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge. No question he got bumped on that shot.
The Timberwolves shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
The free throw drops for Towns. And he makes both free throws.
After having no trip to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
Utah calls timeout.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
One more time for your Timberwolves dancer.
And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 9 points. They host the 76ers after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Buries it from three-point range.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. Pass to Beasley. Van Vliet outside. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Clock at 6. Anunoby passes to Towns. Lets it go with the 3. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
There's the pass to Thompson. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Thompson's got 8 points.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Anunoby with it. An 11-point game for him in the win against Portland.
He was very active on defense, too, recording 3 steals for the game.
Now here's Beasley. 6-point lead. Keeps it alive, and it's Towns on the follow. He's got 17.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Here's Juzang. He's guarded by Anunoby. Juzang passes to Potter. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Alexander Walker.
Timberwolves leading by 6. Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. Passes to Towns. Beasley with it. It's good. Beasley's got his second bucket tonight.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Now Thompson. 8 points for him. Shoots over Van Vliet. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Timberwolves have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Anunoby kicks to Beasley. Pulls up. It's deflected.
Great effort by Nikhil to get his hand up and knock it away.
Clock is at 3. Van Vliet. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's Thompson. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Van Vliet left side. Pass to Towns. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 6 assists in the game.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Brooks from deep. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound.
And they continue to control the glass.
He kicks to Beasley. Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Beasley. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Anunoby, fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And the muscle that Anunoby possesses, fantastic at gutting it out through contact and finishing.
Smitty, OG Anunoby from the UK has had a nice impact on the game.
And he said he wants to grow the game in England. OG's hoping to open up some paths to the NBA for young players from the UK.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for Towns. Edwards, he's checked in for Malik Beasley. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Fred Van Vliet.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Clarkson taking his time here. Westbrook double team. Back to Clarkson. Lays it up off the glass.
For a number of seasons, Russell Westbrook has averaged double-digit assists.
Holiday, the pass to Reed. Anderson trying to free himself up. Reed misses. Jazz trail by 9. Outside Westbrook. Clarkson outside. Shot clock at 5. Shot from 12. Rebound Minnesota. The pass to Anunoby. Back to Holiday. Pass to Anunoby. This one for 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Anunoby's got the lead up to 12 now for the Timberwolves. Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Making their way onto the court are your Minnesota Timberwolves dancers.
Walker's checked in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Jazz trail by 12. Westbrook finds Walker. Nice ball movement by Utah. Westbrook against Holiday. Outside Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. A baseline J. And too long on the shot.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Anunoby, no good.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Westbrook can't get it to go. And so Holiday will bring it up for Minnesota. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game.
So he's still polishing the skill set. Anunoby has the size and versatility that every team wants out of his wings.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
That's good from Anunoby. Both free throws good from Anunoby. Jazz trail by 14. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Outside, Walker. Up top, Hart. Takes a three. The putback. No good. Shot missing. So Minnesota will take it the other way. And Holiday kicks to Reed. Here's Edwards. And good that time. Edwards got 5.
And you have to credit Anunoby. He's put in the work to become a better playmaker.
And it's Hart, top of the key. To end the run, he dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Now, here's Reed. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Out to Clarkson. His three-pointer's off the mark.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Edwards can't hit. Jazz trail by 16. Westbrook with it. He's picked up by Anunoby. Holiday against Hart. That's tipped. Out to Clarkson. Over Holiday. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Clarkson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And nicknamed the flamethrower for a reason. Clarkson can light it up with the best of them.
Up top, Edwards unloads. And they'll get another chance. Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got his third basket of the night right there.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Pass to Clarkson. Back to Hart. Fires the three. Not happening with that shot. He's put up 5 and made 2. Oh, here's Edwards. Some solid defense from Clarkson. It's been all about Karl-Anthony Towns for Minnesota. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Carl. Impressive start for you. What's the mentality going into a game like this?
Just being aggressive. Really played well at all the first half myself. All of us are missing a lot of easy bunnies. We're missing layups for us as pros. So second half, if we make those layups, we should be fine.
We'll see if you stick to the script. Thanks very much, man. Back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. And what can you say? Towns, an impressive effort here.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. So on the floor for Utah, they've got Brooks, and it's Walker in at the power forwards position. Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. For 3, Edwards bangs home the trifecta. Edwards got the first basket of the third quarter for Minnesota.
And this is big for Edwards' confidence, wanting to keep hitting from downtown and stretching that defense.
Now here's Brooks. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
First personal foul.
That pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Dillon Brooks seems like a very spirited player, Smith. He plays with a lot of emotion.
I've heard coaches say he's the team's biggest cheerleader, whether that's game time or practice. Kevin, he loves to motivate his squad to be at their best.
Van Vliet kicks to Edwards. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. It's a 16-point game. Juzang can't hit. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Van Vliet. And it's Potter with the rebound. Potter's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Brooks. Thompson outside. Lets it fly. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
Gobert, no good. Jazz trail by 14. Juzang passes to Thompson. Here's Walker. Jazz passing it around. Here's Juzang. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
The Jazz have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts. Timberwolves leading by 11. Van Vliet kicks to Edwards. Poked away. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one is on Towns. For Utah, they have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
For the Jazz, Walker, 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And he makes the first but misses the second.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Edwards, that's good.
It's so good off the bounce. Edwards working on his shot off the catch, and it is paying off.
Got a piece of it. Thompson against Van Vliet. The pass to Brooks. The Jazz again can't hit it.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
And Towns gets it to go.
And with that unique combination of size and skill, Towns can sure get himself going offensively.
Back to Brooks. Utah the rebound. And that one is good. And it's 7 points for Walker.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 11. Anunoby passes to Van Vliet. 5 to shoot. And it's good for 2. Van Vliet's got 9 points.
Built to take as much punishment as you want to dish out. Fred Van Vliet not fazed by physical D.
Passes it to Juzak. Brooks outside. Puts up a 3. Again, the miss by Brooks.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
Towns kicks to Anunoby. Back to Towns. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Towns has got 4 points this quarter.
And this is what you like to see. Big Cat using that size to his advantage.
Thompson against Van Vliet. Thompson passes to Brooks. Shoots over Anunoby. And Brooks gets it to go. Brooks has got his 3rd basket of the night. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Towns for 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And how about Towns there, staying composed. The defender has him well covered, but he's able to stay in rhythm and get it off.
Now here's Brooks. He has 7. Thompson passes to Juzak. Kicks it to Walker. From past the arc. No good that time. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Towns finds Edwards. And again, it's Minnesota converted.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over. Karl-Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
Ready to move? Here are your
Minnesota making some changes. Reed comes in for Gobert. And it's Beasley in for Anunoby. And Utah also making a switch. Rozier, he's checked in for Walker. Now, here's Rozier. He's got 11. Pass to Thompson. Brooks outside. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Van Vliet passes to Towns. Banked in off the glass. Towns has got 9 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Utah has gotten off to a very slow start from 3-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. To the paint. On the wing, Thompson. And they call an illegal screen here.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Some changes for Minnesota. Anderson, he's checked in for Towns. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Utah. Timberwolves leading by 22. Pass to Reed. to Holiday. The rebound by the Jazz. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Thompson passes to Potter. Can they get it? And the layup is good.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Edwards against Hart. Beasley dishes to Holiday. Anderson outside. From deep three-point range. Rebound, Utah. Potter's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Thompson passes to Hart. The kick out to Rozier. The three-pointer no good. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Over Hart. Edwards, that's good. Edwards got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
And the pass to Rozier. And here is Hart. Passes it to Potter. To the inside. Here's Rozier. That one misses. It's his 5th miss. He's made 4 baskets.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Timberwolves?
Something I've noticed is how aggressive they've been on driving the basketball. Time and time again, they've turned cracks in the defense into points.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible.
And Edwards, no good on that one.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on 2 things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
And thinking back to that 2017 MVP season for Russell Westbrook, Steve, you know, he averaged a triple-double.
Kevin, what's incredible to me, Russ did it 3 straight years with OKC. Then again with the Wizards. Westbrook's numbers are out of this world.
That one is off.
What I love about Russell Westbrook, he plays with maximum effort every single night. You can be sure he's not taking any plays off.
Can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
And really, whatever your take on Russell Westbrook is now, you can't deny his place in NBA history. Voted as one of the NBA's top 75 players of all time.
Oh, here's Edwards. He hits it from 9. Edwards got 14 points now in the second half.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Hart. The Jazz again can't hit it. Greg, it is impossible to argue against Westbrook belonging to that top 75 players list, isn't it?
It really is, Kevin. I mean, his career numbers and accomplishments speak for themselves. A very unique player, easily one of the best during his prime.
Now here's Westbrook. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. Rozier kicks to Brooks. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Brooks has got 8 points in the quarter.
After a lackluster first half, he's taken charge offensively. We'll see how the defense responds.
And here's Reed. He's got 6.
2 minutes.
The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Holiday inside the line. Drops one in from the wing. Holiday's got his second bucket of the night. For Utah, they've gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Brooks against Anderson. The fadeaway. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Here's Holiday. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Holiday's got 7 points.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Rozier for 3. And Utah, another 3.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Here's Holiday. The shot, no good. Nice D from Brooks. Rozier against Beasley. And there's Rozier on the assist by Brooks. 16 points for Terry Rozier. Holiday finds Edwards. Back to Holiday. Edwards inside. He's covered by Westbrook, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Russell Westbrook, first personal foul.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Van Vliet's checked in, and Utah with a change here too. Clarkson's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Edwards. 35 seconds left to play in the third. Westbrook passes to Clarkson. Now here's Rozier. Beasley with the steal. For the finish. He gets it in there. Beasley's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Brooks outside. Over Reed. Off target with that shot. It's been all about Karl-Anthony Towns for Minnesota. A grand total of 28 points for him in the game now. They have no answer for him defensively. We'll return shortly. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Hernan Gomez out there with Justice Winslow. Then it's Fred Van Vliet. Then it's Lance Stevenson, and it's Moore in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Now, here's Rozier. No good from outside.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. We know, Greg, the league trending towards small ball, but some teams are having success playing 2 bigs up front.
And I think the key is having versatile big men. If they can space the floor and play in space, also be able to cover smaller players, why not get the added rebounding and rim protection?
So it's the Jazz now after the basket by Minnesota. Here's Alexander Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The tray drills the 3-pointer.
Smooth jump shot. Alexander Walker has a variety of ways to score, and that's one of them.
Moore outside. Back to Van Vliet. Hernan Gomez with the ball. Stolen by Clarkson. He kicks to Azubuike. The second chance effort. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Nice job by Clarkson moving the ball there. His coaches would like to see a little more of that.
Aaron Holiday's checked in for Fred Van Vliet. And Utah also making a switch. Rudy Gay's checked in for Brooks. That one falls for Azubuike. Well, we know confidence is key, but Steve, when you see young players who haven't done much in the playoffs acting like they've arrived, can that kind of confidence hold them back a little bit?
Well, you love confidence in anything you do, Kevin. Obviously, you need it, but it can backfire. You love that guys want to say they're great, but it all comes down to proving it.
Here's Rozier after the basket by Minnesota. Here's Alexander Walker, and that one off the back of the rim and in.
Not just a scorer. Clarkson is very willing to dish it when a teammate's open.
Stevenson dishes to Winslow. Gomez kicks to Winslow and stolen by Gay. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert checked in for Gomez. Karl-Anthony Towns comes in for Winslow. OG Anunoby's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Beasley in for Moore. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Personal foul, first team foul. At the line for your Timberwolves, MyLeague Beasley. At the line for two,
Shooting two.
He misses the free throw. Steve, you played all 4 years at Michigan State. When you think about the fun you had there, what was more enjoyable, playing college basketball or in the pros?
Kevin, I have to be honest, both was fantastic. When in college, those 4 years was something I'll never forget. But then obviously, ultimately, you want to make it to the NBA, and I got a chance to do that. So both were fantastic in my eyes.
He hits the second from the line. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Pass to Juzang. Nice ball movement by Utah. Right at the free throw line. And that one is off. Good D by Anunoby. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Beasley. There's the three. Sinks the three-pointer. Beasley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Doesn't get exactly the screen he wants, but turns out he doesn't need it.
The pass to Rozier. Back to Thompson. Here's Juzang. Passes it to Potter. Just 5 on the clock. That's a 2 from Rozier. The Jazz with another miss. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dishes to Towns. Kicks to Beasley. Rozier with the steal. Good D by Anunoby. Timberwolves have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And that one is good by Beasley.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Now here's Thompson. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Not just swinging the ball around the perimeter. Aggressive move inside.
Beasley, the pass to Gobert. Now Anunoby. 5 on the clock. Beasley with a clean look. No good on the triple. For Utah, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Got that bucket in no time at all. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And nowadays, it seems like players have more opportunities than ever before. But, Steve, does that add to the challenge of balancing on the court versus off the floor?
It does for some individuals, but I love the opportunities that they're getting, and I love they're taking advantage of it. Most of the guys can juggle and balance both.
And they pick up 2.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Beasley, the pass to Gobert. Here's Anunoby. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
This is what you already like about OG Anunoby's game. Has a good feel for where to get his shots along the perimeter.
Walker against Towns. Out to Thompson. Pass to Potter. Pass to Juzak. Shoots over Anunoby. No good that time. And Minnesota now the other way. Here's the 3. Walker with the rebound. Walker's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Minnesota with the rebound. Anunoby's got his 6th rebound on the night. And Bleed on the wing. Hits it from 3-point range.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Jazz have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th. On the wing, Rozier. The pass to Juzak. Now, here's Rozier. Shot clock at 6. The 18-footer is right on the mark. And that's now 9 points for Walker.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Now here's Towns. Beasley outside. Doesn't go for him. Walker with some nice D. The Jazz have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the 4th, right around 46-47%.
And for Terry Rozier, all of his efficiency numbers are way up the last couple of years. Here's a guy who was just 37% from the field during his time in Boston.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And the numbers of Terry Rozier. As you mentioned, they're getting better bit by bit, Greg.
Scary Terry's three-point shooting is way up, and that helps big time. With experience, Rozier isn't forcing things offensively, becoming a much better decision maker.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Lance Stevenson comes in for Towns. Morris checked in for Malik Beasley. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Fred VanVleet.
You know, and every year, it just seems like Rozier gets better. You see his drive, the hunger, the desire to keep improving.
Holiday with the 3. Minnesota working with a new shot clock. Reed misses.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
Passes to Fontecchio. The Jazz working the ball around now. Taken away by Holiday. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
It's such an advantage when you can get out and run and get a good look before the defense can set up.
As Azubuike with the ball. Guarded by Reed. Greg, you read about Jimmy Butler starting his own coffee company, and he did that in the NBA bubble, and he drinks, he said, about 5 cups of coffee a day. Do a lot of NBA players drink coffee to keep them going and get that extra burst?
Absolutely. I remember drinking coffee on the bench late in my career. It's kind of a comfort food, warms you up a little bit, and all good things that can get you ready for action, I'm for.
No good on the free throw. Hernangomez is checked in for Minnesota. Winslow comes in for OG Anunoby. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Jazz. Good on the second free throw. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Stevenson kicks to Moore. Outside Holiday. And here is Moore. 6 to shoot. From deep. Kept alive, Minnesota.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
The Timberwolves have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. We talk about players, Steve, we talk about coaches and GMs, but not too much about owners and their effect on the game and the organization.
Kevin, the owners for me are A1. It starts from the top. They're the ones who hire the team president, GMs, and coaches. And certainly, there's some teams who have some great owners.
Lance Stevenson, first personal foul, fourth team foul. Shooting for Utah, Udoka Azubuike at the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. Second free throw, no good. The Timberwolves shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Moore outside. Outside Holiday. Here's Stevenson. Rebounded by the Jazz. Here's Fontecchio. They get it back as Azubuike
2 minutes
misses in close.
2 minutes.
The Timberwolves shoot here in the fourth quarter around 41%. Stevenson passes to Hernangomez. Winslow against Gay. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Showing off his work in the weight room. He's an and-one machine. Justin Winslow has that kind of potential.
And Smitty, during his NBA career, Justice Winslow has proven to be a terrific defender, but when healthy.
And a versatile one as well.
One shot.
He's someone that can D-up guards and bigs. A guy that takes pride in making things difficult for opposing players.
And the free throw, no good. And the play-in tournament, Greg, is here to stay, but the terminology is somewhat in limbo. Is that going to be part of the playoffs?
You hear people say it's not the playoffs, it's the play-in. Maybe the term postseason should cover both the play-in and the playoff. Something to think about.
Clarkson's gone 2 for 7 from the field.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Minnesota.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece still. 2 more to go in the season series.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Karl-Anthony Towns.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
Now Holiday following Rudy Gay's three-point attempt. Pass to Moore. Now Winslow. He's covered by Gay. Winslow dishes to Holiday. And the three off target. 20 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Gay. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Justice Winslow.
It goes on Justice Winslow.
Such a good all-around scorer. It's hard to defend Rudy without overcommitting.
Game. 2 shots.
Relax on the first.
That's good from Rudy Gay.
A talented, versatile player who has been on a few teams. Rudy Gay is still going.
Rudy Gay hits them both. Holiday attacking. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Hey, thanks a lot, Carl. A lot of players got in on the action offensively. When you get it rolling as a team, how good can you be?
I mean, it's awesome, you know, to get a chance to keep the defense guessing. We did a great job of that tonight. We did a fabulous job. We let our defense be our offense tonight, and that's when we were at our best, that's what happens.
It certainly was great on the floor tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you next time.